Ryan. You seen Ryan?
I have not.
All right, I'm looking for Ryan. This man in here? Boy, what you doing down here? Look at this man. Look at the lamb. Gotta get that bird. I wonder where that man's at. Bet you he down here. Ryan. Maybe he in here. Nah, he ain't in there. You down there? Ryan. You in here, Ryan? Let's see. I bet you he's out here. Ryan. Ryan. There he is. Man. Ryan, what you doing? Ryan.
Oh, hello.
Man, what you doing, man?
Oh, man, just, you know.
So what's the plan,
Working
man?
a little bit. What you mean? You want to play basketball? Gym's not open. We can't play basketball, man.
What are we doing today then?
Well, you know, I guess it would be a good day to go see some more deacons. Think we should?
Man, yeah, I'm ready.
So we've been studying Acts 7.
Yeah.
Acts 7 on the stoning of Stephen. That's some tough scripture.
Mm.
You want to go stone them deacons?
I'm game. You ready?
It's on you.
You got it rolling.
I'm ready.
All right. Last week you did a pretty bad job trying to hold that camera straight.
I'm not the one to blame for last week.
Better think mine too. I don't know how infected you are. Mr. Jen, you want to come in?
I sure will.
All right, I'm gonna spray this. You don't have to walk. You don't have to walk through. Just walk through.
You always have to come along with your social distancing equipment. You know, this stick right here, my granddaddy made that a long time ago. And I thought it was to be for when I was getting old that I needed to walk on it. But I also realized that it works for my social distancing. So you come on up, as long as you got that for you.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on back in. I don't know what's gonna do with it.
Oh no, you good. I just want to be prepared.
Okay.
You never be like no Boy Scout. Always got to be prepared.
All right. Well, as you know, this week we're still trying to figure out who we're gonna have as deacons, and so we moved on to Acts chapter 7.
Okay.
We're talking about the stoning of Stephen, and so the questions are going to be more related to that this week.
Okay.
So my first question I have for you is: if you were being put to death because of your faith, do you think that you would react like Stephen?
Well, you know, I think we all would hope that we do, if we acted like that. Because Stephen was very strong. He had a very strong willpower. And his faith was very strong. And you know, we look at ourselves whenever we're put into a situation like that we would be very strong and do that. So I would want to say yes, but until I was put in those shoes, I don't know how I would react to it. But that's what I would hope I would.
Sir. All right, so the second question to you would be, what do you see in the life of Stephen that you would like to be a part of your life?
I guess it kind of goes back to the first question, is the being faced with that adversity, that he never showed a weak point, that throughout the entire scope of it, he was still honoring God. And whenever he did, he asked that their sins not be cast upon them because of what they did. Because, you know, too many times we look to blame someone else for everything that happens. We don't want to take responsibility for it for ourselves. And that was one of the things that I noticed by him. him, he did not want to lay the blame on them, you know, for persecuting him.
And I think a lot of people would actually like to see the people, the Pharisees, be persecuted themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, we always, you know, by human nature, we look, you know, hate to say it this way, but people kind of laugh a little bit when someone has a bad day or has something bad happen to them. So that's, you know, it falls along the same lines.
So our next question is, if you could have a conversation with anyone in the Bible besides Jesus, who would it be, and what would you ask them?
I'd probably want to start with Peter. And what I would want to ask him of when Jesus was during the storm, they were in the boat, and he looked out and saw Jesus on the water, and Jesus told him to come to him, is what were the thoughts that went through his mind when he looked out over that rough water just before he put his foot in the water? What thoughts did you have for that?
It would be very deep to know. So, Mr. Jim,
Yes, sir.
would you rather, so you have to pick one of the two,
Okay.
eat Jell-O in the shape of a brain, or eat chocolate pudding out of a baby diaper?
Oh, definitely Jell-O.
Jell-O?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, it's all kind of that thing goes back to the mind over matter. Even though I know it's chocolate pudding, I still have to go with the Jell-O.
So to you, it really does matter.
Yes, it really does matter.
All right. What is the worst backhanded compliment you could give someone?
Well, I guess, especially since we're during this quarantine time, the coronavirus, is, you know, you sit there and look at someone and you say, well, you know, I can see this coronavirus has took its toll on all of us in its own special way.
I think that was.
I think he's pointing towards your hair.
That's what I kind of felt that. And so, this is the big one from last week.
Yes,
Toilet paper, over or under?
over, absolutely. There's a reason, it's designed that way. I mean, now, you get into some of the John Wayne paper, you know, that doesn't really matter either side. But in most of the paper, one side is a lot softer than the other side. It's designed that way.
Decorative, right?
Yes, it's decorative. Plus, you know, whenever you're trying to get it off, you can kind of roll it a little bit and you see where the end of it is and catch a hold of it this way. I mean, how can you catch it if it's rolled over like that? Doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm good. All right, Mr. Jim. Do you believe that there was somebody up here last week that actually said under?
Well, you know, there's people everywhere, and it's just, some people are just a little bit different.
Well, Mr. Jim, I thank you for your time, and we'll have to turn it in and see what the folks think.
Well, I'll just have to.
See how it turns out.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to hear from you also.
All right, and you make sure you keep that stick on you and
Yeah.
stay safe.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard? Brian, what we doing, man?
We're going to find some more deacons.
All right, man. What's the deal?
Fix to walk across here, and we're fixing to go interview another deacon. So we're only doing 2 this week, so they better be good.
There better be. Let's see.
We might see who we see on the way. We might see somebody.
Man, back whenever I was growing up, we didn't have them lawnmowers like that one across the street. We just had to use goats.
Just goats.
This old goat. You wanna go over there and talk to Steve?
Yeah, we might as well go talk.
Let's go talk to Steve. We're
Don't
gonna
get
go
run
talk
over,
to
Dre.
Steve.
Hold on, Dre.
What you mean?
Don't get run over.
Oh, dang, that's a big old
That's
truck.
a big truck, man.
That one got a big old truck.
Typically would be okay, but
I think if that thing hit you, it'd break that truck
it would take
down.
me out.
No, you take that truck out. Big as your tail is, it'd be like running over a tree. Hey, these people think we dumb.
Hey.
Man, yeah. Walking up. Man, this hair get in your way.
You recording still?
I don't see how girls do it. We're gonna have plenty to look from. Look down. Oh, wrong way.
My hair, boy, this humidity and this rain, it's finna kill my hair. My hair gonna be all.
Ryan, when's the last time you had real hair?
I don't really know. Here, let's jump right here.
We're going across this thing over here.
Yeah, we'll jump across this ditch. Ugh. See where Joe is at. Well, I like that tractor right there.
You know, for about the past couple months, you know, all of us believers, we've been sharing all things. We said we had all things in common in the Bible.
You think Joey shared that tractor with us?
I don't know. We're going to have to find out.
Man, that's nice.
Wonder he let me drive one of them tractors.
I doubt it.
Probably not. Look there. Steve got some lawnmowers over here he can borrow.
Let's go across right here. See if I can find old Joey.
I wonder what these mechanics think about us wearing this stupid looking outfit.
Well, get to a point where you really can't worry about what people think. Just gotta go. Look at Ted Hurd right there.
You hear them laughing? They think we look dumb. I think I look like Joseph. Got the coat of many
We
colors.
gotta find Joe.
Got his Gucci belt on.
Where Joey at?
I don't know. Let's knock on the door.
All right. So before we show you this next video, we wanted to come to you. We had some, Drake's happy right now, in case you can't tell. We had some technical difficulties, would you call them technical difficulties?
Yes.
So first off, let us apologize to you, Joey Holcomb. Thank you for some wonderful answers. I thought the interview went really well, but we had some problems with the filming. The audio is fine, but I'm going to let Drake explain what happened with the video.
So early this morning, I get to work, and I have this present that is presented to me. No names will be called. Joseph Luby decided that we would use this for our video. We're very thankful for his consideration. I have seen 3-year-olds that can video better than this here stick. This thing was shaking around like I used to when I rode around in a spreader truck with my granddaddy back whenever we was on the farm, man. Like, this is terrible.
And maybe it's not all Joseph's fault. Maybe he should have given us,
A different stick?
well, a different sticker, or maybe he should have read the user manual to us, or showed us some secrets to it, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't read the manual.
It could be partly our fault, too.
So I think that, I think it's time to put this one to rest. Hey, man, go on in there.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm
Hold on,
going.
bro.
Let's see. Knock, knock.
Come in.
Here you go. Think he's all the way down here in the corner?
Come in the house.
What's up, Joe?
Well, y'all know good.
How much? How are you?
I don't know. I don't know about y'all.
What?
And so who are y'all with?
What? Just out interviewing a few deacons. Our Bible study this week's on Acts 7. So we decided to take it on the road and interview some deacons about that.
All right.
So my first question is, if you were being put to death because of your faith, do you think you would react like Stephen?
Absolutely not.
That's
Would
honesty
you?
there. I'd love to say I would,
I'd
but
love
I'm not
to say
really
I
sure.
would. No, I ain't going out like no punk. I'm kicking and screaming all the way. I'm fighting. I'm pulling the sword like Peter. That's just being honest.
That's what I'm talking about.
I am not in any kind. I'm not at any level that Stephen was at.
Yeah. I know the feeling there. It doesn't take long to realize that when
It
you
don't.
get through the scripture.
It don't.
All right, what do you see in the life of Stephen that you would like to be a part of your life?
Probably his boldness. I mean, they were killing him for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't afraid to let folks know exactly where he stood, and that's not a real popular position these days. You know, you don't want to let folks. You know, you're scared to let them know kind of where you stand because of maybe the backlash. But
Right.
he didn't care.
Yeah.
It got him killed, but he didn't care.
That's right. So if you could have a conversation with anyone in the Bible besides Jesus, who would it be and what would you ask them?
I would probably myself want to talk to Esther. Just going through that book, and there's a lot of things that I was able to relate to out of that book about timing, and where she says, as such a time as this, and when all of that was going on in her life, and with the king, and so she probably stands out as much as anybody in my own personal life.
All right. So we'll get to the question here. Would you rather eat Jell-O in the shape of a brain or chocolate pudding out of a baby diaper?
Jell-O.
I'd probably go with Jell-O too. What's the worst backhanded compliment you could give someone?
You don't sweat much to be so fat.
Oh, man. All right, so a question we had last week on the video, we asked the deacons, and it caused a little bit of a stir because one of us gave an answer.
Right.
Toilet paper, over or under?
During COVID, just as long as I got it.
That's a good answer there. I'll take it.
Sitting on the floor or hanging on the wall.
That's right.
I'm just glad to have
The
some.
way people's getting it, that's a tough deal. All right. Well, that'll work. Well, we appreciate it, Joe.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
That was easy enough.
You have a good day.
Y'all do the same.
All right, man.
Get it. So, I had this idea, Ryan. We're gonna play a song and we're gonna sing together.
Goodness.
So the only problem is I ain't got a clue what we're gonna sing.
Well, there's a second problem to that, too.
What?
I can't sing.
That's okay. You know what them pastors always say? Make a joyful noise. Not a good sound, just a joyful noise.
We better go find somebody that can sing.
I can sing, man.
All right, you go ahead and get us started.
This week we've been reading about a man named Stephen. Hit it, Ryan.
Oh, me.
He made the Pharisee mad and they didn't like it none. Ryan, you supposed to sing, brother.
I don't know.
He tell them about religion and how it ain't gonna do no good.
I'm trying to think of something that rhymes with that, but I'm not fast enough. You're not really rhyming either, just come to think about it.
Just tell them what they did to the man.
All right, let's get a beat. All right, so let's start it over. Let's start it over.
I forgot what I said. Alright, tell them what happened to him. They got mad at him and they
Stoned him.
with them rocks. Then
Stephen said,
don't count it against them. Right, do the camera right, son.
this camera's a little hard to do. All right.
Bye.
Well, good evening. We're back with you here at Drake and Ryan. We have just come out of the office, which I believe we're the laughing stock of the office now. I believe everybody sees us coming and they're wondering what we're up to. But we're wrapping up the video here, and we thought it was important to come to you. We did give it a chance for you to get to know 2 more of your deacons this week, and then also just to come to you to let you see the importance of Acts 7. Acts 7 is vital and is really important in our Christian walk, because as Joey said in his video, he talked about how he would not respond like Stephen would, and I really don't think I would either. I would hope and pray that I would. I hope and pray that God continues to grow me to a point to where I could confidently say I would, but I don't think any of us could say we would until we're put in that situation. So in Acts 7, you know, it talks about how Stephen comes before the high council, and he's talking to them, they're questioning him, and then he begins to take them through pretty much the Old Testament and how it ties to Jesus and how it ties to the gospel. And he shared the gospel with them once again, as Peter did a couple times, to tell them that they were the ones that put Jesus on the cross. So they didn't take too kindly to it. They didn't like it, and when they didn't, they began to stone Stephen. And as they stoned Stephen, he said the words that stick out to me in this entire scripture, and it says, "Lord, please forgive them for what they do. Don't hold this against them." Those are powerful words, and that's the response that I pray I would have if I was put in that situation. But I'm not real sure. I hope y'all had fun. That was a little bit of our goal, is for y'all to see Acts 7, but also to do it in a fun way and get to know your deacons a little more. But we could not go away from this without expressing the seriousness of it, and kind of come out of costume, if you will. Drake, what do you have to add to that?
So, for some of us, they've noticed that we were out here in the cemetery. And so if you'll look behind me, you'll see a lot of graves. And I guess the truth that I took out this week was that we're all going to end up here or somewhere like here someday. And Stephen, he knew that whenever he went up against those Pharisees. And so my main takeaway from this week would definitely be, you know, is your life, are you living it worth something that's worth dying for? And so that's my big takeaway. And if you don't know Christ, man, I got to tell you that he is absolutely worth dying for. And like Ryan and Joey said, I'm not sure if I would do what Stephen did. But again, I would like to say that I would. And so yeah, I guess that's just the main takeaways. We hope to be able to see you guys soon. I'm looking forward to being able to meet together in the church here soon. And you got anything else to say, man?
And that is it. Hopefully
right.
See you next week.
Love you guys. See you.
Could you imagine what I would look like if I had hair like that?
I can't imagine you with hair at all.
Well, I can tell you, it's been a long time since I had it.
Man, you know what you make me think of right now? You look kind of like part of the Jackson 5. Oh, he did. Yeah, what?
I need y'all's help, for real. I need you to come get a box out for me. Let's see if the boy in the dress can get to the box out first.
Video. Man, what are you doing?
Hey, this is Joey at Washington Holcomb Tractor in Bonita, Mississippi. Come down here and see us. When you leave, you'll be running up and down that porch hollering, "Now ain't that cheap?"